John, good morning, Carlos. This is John from the Human Resources Department at the Schwann's ice cream plant. Thank you so much for taking my call. Am I catching you at a good time? Carlos, good morning, John. Yes, this is Carlos. I'm glad you called. I'm free to talk. John, excellent. I'm calling today regarding your application for the production associate position. I had a chance to review your resume, and your experience in manufacturing caught my eye. Do you have about 25 to 30 minutes to discuss this opportunity in more detail? Carlos, I do. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm very interested in learning more. John, great. To get started, I'd like to hear in your own words what specifically attracted you to this role at Schwann's. What do you know about our company, and what about our mission resonates with you? Carlos, I've been a long-time admirer of the Schwann's brand. I believe your company's reputation for quality, consistency, and a strong commitment to food safety is unmatched. I'm passionate about working in an environment where the standards are high, and the product is one that families across the country love and trust. Work experience and technical skills gear. John, that's fantastic. Let's talk a little more about your professional background. Your resume mentions your work at previous company name. Could you walk me through your key responsibilities and tell me about a typical day on the job there? Carlos, of course. A typical day for me involved several key tasks. I would begin by conducting pre-operational checks on my assigned machinery, ensuring all safety guards and emergency stops were functioning correctly. My core responsibilities included operating and monitoring the production equipment, performing quality control checks on finished products, and meticulously documenting my work to ensure we met our daily production targets. John, we often face unexpected issues. Could you describe a specific time when you had to troubleshoot a problem on the line? What steps did you take? Carlos, absolutely. Once, while I was on the line, the conveyor belt suddenly jammed. My first priority was safety. I immediately hit the emergency stop and followed the lockout/tagout procedure to ensure no one could accidentally restart the machine. I then quickly assessed the situation, identified a misalignment in the belt, and used the appropriate tools to make the necessary adjustment. I communicated the issue and the solution to my supervisor and the maintenance team. We got the line back up and running in under 15 minutes, which significantly minimized our downtime. John, that's an excellent example of quick thinking and adherence to safety protocols. A huge part of our work here is following strict regulations like Good Manufacturing Practices, GMP, and Standard Operating Procedures, SOPs. How familiar are you with these, and how do you ensure they are followed meticulously? Carlos, I am very familiar with both. I consider GMPs and SOPs to be the backbone of any successful food production operation. In my previous role, I always began my shift by reviewing the relevant SOPs for my tasks. I believe that meticulous attention to detail is key. For every batch or process, I make it a point to double-check my work against the established guidelines. Following these procedures isn't a suggestion. It's a fundamental part of my work ethic. Soft skills and flexibility handshake. John, great. Now, let's talk about the softer skills. This role requires a lot of collaboration. How would you describe your ability to work as part of a team? Carlos, I consider myself a strong team player. I believe that open communication and mutual support are essential. In my last job, if I noticed a coworker was struggling with a task or if there was a problem, I would immediately offer my assistance. I'm also proactive in sharing my own knowledge to help the team improve our overall efficiency. I think a team is only as strong as its weakest link, so I always strive to help my colleagues succeed. John, in a fast-paced environment, things can get stressful. How do you handle pressure and tight deadlines? Carlos, I perform well under pressure. I find that when I'm faced with a deadline, I stay focused by prioritizing my tasks and communicating with my supervisor to manage expectations. I believe in taking a proactive approach rather than waiting for things to become a problem. I'm confident in my ability to handle the demands of the job effectively. John, we operate on a shift-based schedule, and team members are often asked to work overtime or on weekends. Are you comfortable with that level of flexibility? Carlos, yes, absolutely. I understand that the demands of a production environment can vary, and I'm fully prepared to work a flexible schedule, including different shifts and overtime when necessary. My main goal is to support the team and ensure we meet our production goals, regardless of the time of day or week. IV, strengths, opportunities, and expectations direct hit. John, what would you say is your greatest area for improvement? Carlos, I've been actively working on my public speaking skills. While I'm very comfortable communicating one-on-one or within a small team, I've been taking online courses to become more confident presenting ideas to a larger group. It's an area I'm committed to developing professionally. John, and finally, what are your salary expectations for a position like this? Carlos, based on my research and my experience, I'm looking for a wage in the range of $18 to $22 per hour. However, I'm flexible and open to discussing the full compensation package, including benefits and other opportunities. I'm most interested in finding the right long-term fit. V. Carlos's questions and call closing telephone receiver. John, thank you for your honest answers, Carlos. They've been very insightful. Do you have any questions for me about the role, the team, or the company? Carlos, yes, I do. Thank you for asking. I'm very interested in professional growth. What are the opportunities for a production associate to move up within the company? Do you offer any training or certification programs? John, that's an excellent question. Many of our supervisors and lead operators started out as production associates. We have a robust internal promotion program, and we offer a variety of training opportunities to help our employees develop new skills and advance their careers. Carlos, that's great to hear. One final question. What are the next steps in the hearing process, and what is your timeline for making a decision? John, we're currently in the process of conducting a few more phone interviews. The next step would be to schedule a second-round interview, which would include a tour of the plant and a brief meeting with the department supervisor. We are looking to fill this position as soon as possible, so we should be in touch within the next week. Carlos, that sounds perfect. I'm very excited about this opportunity. Thank you again for your time, John. I look forward to hearing from you. John, thank you, Carlos. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Have a great day. Carlos, you too. Goodbye. John, good morning. This is John from the Human Resources Department at the Schwann's ice cream plant. Am I speaking with Carlos? Carlos, hello, John. Yes, this is Carlos. Thank you so much for taking the time to call me. John, you're welcome, Carlos. I'm calling regarding your application for the production associate position. I've reviewed your resume and I'm impressed with your background. Do you have about 20 to 30 minutes to discuss this opportunity? Carlos, absolutely. I'm available now and I'm very eager to learn more about the role and the company. John, excellent. To start, I'd like to understand what you're looking for in your next role and what motivated you to apply to Schwann specifically. Carlos, thank you. I'm actively seeking a role where I can apply my skills in a dynamic production environment. I've always been a fan of the Schwann's brand, and I'm drawn to your reputation for quality and safety. The idea of contributing to the production of a product that brings joy to so many families is something that really resonates with me. Escena 2. Preguntas detaladas sobre experiencia y habilidades. John, that's great to hear. Let's dive a little deeper into your experience. Your resume highlights your work at Nombre de la Empresa Interior. Could you walk me through your key responsibilities there and perhaps describe a typical day? Carlos, of course. A typical day involved describe una actividad diaria, por ejemplo, conducting pre-operational checks on the machinery, ensuring all safety guards were in place, and monitoring the production line for efficiency. My primary responsibilities included enumera 2-3 responsibilities, por ejemplo, operating and troubleshooting equipment, performing quality control checks on finished products, and collaborating with my team to meet daily production quotas. John, I see. In a plant environment, we face unexpected issues like machine malfunctions or a disruption in the supply chain. Can you give me an example of a time you had to troubleshoot a problem on the line and what you did to resolve it? Carlos, yes. In my previous role, a conveyor belt jammed, causing a temporary halt in production. I immediately followed the standard lockout/tagout procedure to ensure safety. Then, I quickly identified a misalignment in the belt and used the appropriate tools to adjust it. By communicating with my supervisor and the maintenance team, we got the line back up and running in under 15 minutes, minimizing downtime. John, that's a great example. Our company places a strong emphasis on good manufacturing practices, GMP, and standard operating procedures, SOPs. How familiar are you with these protocols, and how do you ensure they are followed? Carlos, I am very familiar with GMPs and SOPs. I believe they are fundamental to maintaining product quality and a safe environment. I always start my shift by reviewing the relevant SOPs. I also make it a point to double-check my work against the established guidelines to prevent any errors. Following these procedures meticulously is second nature to me. John, excellent. Our plant operates on a shift-based schedule, and sometimes we need team members to work overtime or on weekends. What is your availability like, and are you comfortable with that level of flexibility? Carlos, I understand the demands of this type of work, and I'm completely prepared to work a flexible schedule, including different shifts, weekends, and overtime when necessary. My priority is to support the team and the company's production goals. Escena 3. Preguntas sobre habilidades blandas y motivación. John, let's talk about your strengths. In this role, teamwork is crucial. How would you describe your ability to collaborate with others? Carlos, I consider myself a strong team player. I believe that open communication is key. In my last job, if I noticed a problem, I would communicate it immediately to my supervisor and my colleagues so we could solve it together. I'm also happy to help a teammate who is struggling or to share knowledge to improve our collective efficiency. John, what would you say is your greatest area for improvement? Carlos, I've been actively working on my public speaking skills. While I'm very comfortable communicating with my direct team, I've been taking online courses to become more confident presenting ideas to a larger group. It's an area I'm committed to developing professionally. John, and finally, what are your salary expectations for a position like this? Carlos, based on my research and my experience, I'm looking for a wage in the range of rango salarial, por ejemplo, $18 to $22 per hour. However, I'm flexible and open to discussing the full compensation package, including benefits. Escena 4. Preguntas de Carlos Wycier. John, thanks for your candor, Carlos. Your answers have been very insightful. Do you have any questions for me about the role or the company? Carlos, yes, I do. Thank you for asking. I'm curious about the opportunities for professional growth at Schwann's. Could you tell me about the path for a production associate to move up within the company? John, respond a la pregunta, por ejemplo. Many of our supervisors and lead operators started as production associates. We offer training programs and internal promotions are very common. Carlos, that's excellent to hear. One more question. What are the next steps in the hearing process, and what is your timeline for making a decision? John, our next step is to schedule a second-round interview, which would include a tour of the plant and a brief meeting with the department supervisor. We are looking to fill this position as soon as possible, so we should be in touch within the next week. Carlos, that sounds perfect. I'm very excited about this opportunity. Thank you again for your time, John. I look forward to hearing from you. John, thank you, Carlos. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Have a great day. Carlos, you too. Goodbye.